Welcome, my name is Eliza and today paint with me a fantasy landscape in blue tones. I got this blob paint from my partner just as a gift to try out, and I did try out a blob painting, but I also wanted to just use it as acrylic paint, and these are the only colors I have, these four colors, three blues and a white. And let's see what kind of landscape I can make. Let's start sketching first, and I just want to do something simple with some clouds, some hills, and maybe some strange object in the sky. So let's see what I can come up with, and then I'll use the three blues and the white to mix different kinds of blues to paint everything. I won't do a wash first, I'll just start painting straight away. So let's see how it turns out. Normally I paint with watercolor or acrylic brush markers, but today I wanted to use this thick acrylic paint because blob paint is a bit thicker than normal acrylic paint. So I had to go on a hunt for brushes in my house, and I did find these brushes, and well, I don't know from which brand they are, but they are cheap, I think, and old. They shed hairs like crazy, and I'm not too happy about them. I can't really control them, so let's see how it works out painting with this, because it is quite difficult, but we'll get there. I can see on this page, well, at least on camera, that there isn't that much difference in the types of blue. On my page I see 6 types of blue at the moment, and on screen I only see about 3, maybe 4. So, but maybe when everything is dry I'll change up some of the pieces of land, of hills, just to make a bit more contrast. I'm trying this smaller brush and see if that works a bit better, if I can control it more. Well, it is a bit easier, but the hairs go every way and it keeps on shedding. So I'll just have to do with what I've got, and that's because I didn't really prepare and I just decided to go on painting with paint that isn't really suitable for just painting and brushes that are way too old and cheap to do some good painting. So let's see. As you can see, there will be some kind of plane in the middle. It will be some kind of, well, shark rocket plane. Well, it's a fantasy landscape, I can make whatever I want. It will be a nighttime landscape, so the darkest blue will be the night and the white I will use for stars and a moon, and well, the clouds will just give that bit of extra. So I think I like the idea of this painting a lot more. But to paint this I have to make sure I take time between the layers, so I'll just do this first layer and then I'll let it dry for at least an hour before I'll continue my second layer, because I want to add to it and not just mix it, so a lot of waiting in between every time. Like I said, I'll have to wait, and well, I'm almost done with the first layer of paint. Everything is painted once, and I see a lot of streaks everywhere, so I'll do it definitely again, at least the pieces that are really streaky, like the air. And there's a cloud and a piece of hill that all have really similar colors, so I'm going to repaint that as well. But to do that I first have to let it dry to make sure the next layer of paint won't shift anything that's already there. It's the first time for me to use this kind of paint in this multimedia sketchbook of Ohuhu, and so far I'm really happy with how it works, so I'm really wondering what it will do in the end when there are multiple layers on there, but we'll see. The repainting really works and there are hardly any streaks left. It looks way better, so I'm really happy I decided to do that. The colors in the hills as well are also a lot better now. To make this piece stand out a bit more, because all the colors are quite alike, I'll use some lines to show which are the hills and which are the clouds. For the hills I'll use the darkest blue, just to show when they are where they are, and for the clouds I'll use the white. And I'll still use the smallest brush, but like I said, it's not my favorite brush and it doesn't work that perfect on doing this. So as you can see, it's quite wobbly, the lines at the moment, and the white isn't looking that white yet, so it definitely will need another layer. So that means waiting again when I'm done with this layer. But it's getting somewhere and I really like the lines that are on here. It just completely changes my landscape. So yeah, so far I'm happy. I think I'll add the moon and the stars for now. And let's see how they dry, if I need to put another coat of white on there or not. So after drying, I redid all the white lines because, as I said, it didn't show that it was white. You couldn't really see it, so you had to do it again. And some of the stars in the sky are also really bleak. So I'll have to do those again. And because I'm busy as well, let's do those wobbly lines of the hills as well. Maybe it'll change, maybe it will improve a bit. Well, as far as I can see, it really is improving. I like the fact that I chose to redo those lines because it really is such a big difference. And now I have this crazy idea, and I don't know if it's a good one because I'm really afraid of ruining my painting because I kind of like the way it is. But I decided to put in some little houses and farms and trees and a castle. But when I started painting it, I remembered that this brush isn't my favorite brush. So it's really hard to paint small. So the houses are getting bigger and bigger than I want them to be, and a bit wobbly, and the trees are weirdly big. So the perspective in this complete painting is off by miles. So let me know if I ruined this piece, because I'm definitely afraid I did. If you want to see me painting in the future, or drawing, or get some tips for bullet journaling or drawing or whatever, just like and subscribe, hit the notification bell so you won't miss anything in the future.